Wow. Welcome to In the Green Zoom. One of my favorite part about green room interactions is people coming from somewhere else and having to change before the show. And Greg is giving us a little boudoir session, audio, no video.
No
What is
vid.
Greg? Why are you being shy?
I'm about to not be shy. You'll see. You're gonna love this.
We want to first off thank everybody for joining us on the Halloween comedy show that we had last week. That was a really great program. A lot of you checked it out. We're so glad you did. Wow, what an exciting night we have on our hands. Chris Fairbanks, how are you feeling about it, buddy?
I don't think it's safe to have any feelings yet. I think that a lot of states, a number of them, only started counting ballots today. And also, if you postmarked it the 3rd, you could have sent it today. The Supreme Court was trying to fuck with that, but they didn't have enough time to fuck with it. So people still sent them today. So they're going to be counting shit for a week, I think.
I know. I hope so.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what's so weird, right? Is all of the stuff people are calling seems like it's not. Is it based on the mail-ins? Like, what's going on? You know, like people are like.
A lot of the states were allowed to process, not count, but get them ready to be counted, process votes, and so a lot of the mail-in stuff, and such a large percentage of people already voted that way that, it's some of it's getting counted quicker, and the other part of it, there's less to count today, even though they've got record number of voters. It seems like.
Yeah. Well, look, perhaps the prettiest Greg is here. No offense to pretty Greg, but this might be the prettiest Greg. Maggie, no odd. Where's your audio?
She's just muted.
Maggie's
This is all American Greg.
Prettiest Greg Barris.
Who zoomy on the wall? Who's the prettiest Greg Barris of them all?
I mean, that's just easy. It's pretty Greg Barris.
That's simple.
Yeah.
I mean, you look fantastic, though, Greg. You've been in Florida, and you've really let it take over.
Florida has. I drank some of the water down here, and it's really. It got me.
Have a Florida bar and then just start thinking about how you could ride a crocodile or something.
No, it's an alligator. I'll give it to you. But yeah, I am riding an alligator right now. Actually.
The word for it right at the last second.
Right.
Yeah,
Or
the
you
only
can-
part. Go ahead.
No, you guys.
Well, not to be serious again, but it's kind of a joke. The only part of Florida that we have to worry about is Miami-Dade County, which we only know because of cops.
And Rick Ross.
Miami-Dade and Houston were, I don't know who Rick Ross is, and I think I'm probably better off.
Well,
He's the boss.
He's the boss. He's like rap Springsteen.
Oh gosh,
Yeah.
two of my favorite things together.
It's a comparison that doesn't match up in any way at all, except for their nicknames. But it is true. Rick Ross is the Bruce Springsteen of hip hop.
I'm known to be slow on my feet, but I move the feet like at a normal pace.
Did anybody sleep well last night? I didn't sleep well at all. I had so much anxiety about this election today.
I'm staying at my brother's house. He has 2 kids that woke up at like 5 a.m. So I did not sleep well. I was almost falling asleep, which probably would have been a good plan for tonight, to just pass out tired.
Yeah. I got up pretty early. Like I went to bed and I was like, okay, I'm sleeping. And then it was early by my standards, which is like 7:30. And I was like, okay, I guess I'm going to go play The Last of Us on my PlayStation.
Yeah, it's so weird.
I
And
slept
I'm not
okay.
even there.
I took a child's dosage of melatonin. I did an early morning skate session and a commercial audition to Blow.
And that'll
So I
take
made
it
it-
out of you.
Yeah, it was supposed to be due at 3, and I woke up and he's like, "It's due now. Send it now." So I recorded it, literally read through it and recorded that read through. But I listened to it. I thought it was okay.
You did great.
But I
Can
haven't been
you want to play it for
sleeping-
us, Chris? You still have it on your phone?
Let's see here.
We can all sign the NDA.
Yeah.
NCA?
How would I do that?
I don't know.
Here's for just 2 seconds, internet.
I think commercial auditioning is the funniest thing in the world. It's like, am I good enough to sell your product for you? What a weird, that's a weird bargain. Yes.
Oh God. Whoops.
Fairbanks, take one.
Can you hear it?
Yes.
Sounds like it's a doll that you're like pulling the strings.
To get some payback. You have what you've always wanted, Barry. You're a mountain among men. You are Mount Barry. Not necessarily. You saw the changes in Nick and Mona. You know exactly what I'm talking about, Barry. The real reason you're here. Your secret? I can hear you, Barry. In my dreams. I can hear all of you. Why do you keep mumbling that? Oh, and why is that? Really? Charlie Evans stuffed you into a gym locker, Barry. You weren't shoved into another world, Barry. Why did you hide your real...
And then I turned to a little kid.
Oh, man.
When he's
Why would you hide something so...
when he's not a scary monster, he's a evil lord.
It
But
could
the
happen to
voice
any
has
of
to
us.
be somewhat similar. So
I think
I
you're
thought it
gonna
was
get
great.
no.
Did you? Did you have Fox News playing in the background when you recorded it, or was that happening in real life? I couldn't tell.
yeah, I'm speaking through a mic. I don't know why it isn't working.
I'm losing.
Is
you.
this better?
You sound
That's
great to
better.
me.
That's better. I was just
Is
feeling
this
I was still
better?
hearing the news. That's good.
Ooh.
I mean, I think we got to keep.
Well, I
the,
thought we
you
were
know, if
doing
it-
election coverage.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I like having.
VR didn't have any information if you don't watch it, but we
I've
don't
got
have
my
to.
New York Times website, you know, just like going on. I had to create some sort of a free account.
Yeah, putting your election coverage behind a paywall is just that's real. It's inappropriate.
In
Bullshit.
Florida, it's like, oh, a hurricane's coming. Please subscribe to see if it's going to kill you and your family.
A hurricane's coming, and we notice you're using an ad blocker. So if you don't turn the ad blocker off, we will.
Please watch this Walmart commercial to see where the hurricane is going to destroy the earth.
Sounds like Florida man has been at the polls.
Looks like
Oh, great! It's a bunch of men talking politics.
Hey,
Great.
Maggie's here somewhere.
Yeah, men are terrible.
I didn't see her. on
James,
the
we're doing
phone.
our best. You're on your phone.
Yeah.
You got some hot info, some intel coming in from your man on the streets.
I got hot info. Did you
What
guys
is it?
know that the Titanic was on fire for 3 weeks before it set sail from Belstaff?
No.
Look it up. It's true.
Did you know that Bernie won with Hispanic voters and that Medicare for All polls at 67% across political ideology?
Heard those
Yep.
stats.
I did
Yeah.
not.
You think
I-
that we could use that to our help, if we want to defeat a fascist, you think? But I don't know. We don't need Medicare for All during a pandemic. That's probably smart.
Medicare for most or some,
Yeah.
you gotta, it's how you spin it. You really gotta feel good about
How are we feeling? How are we feeling? Sorry,
I've
I'm
been-
late.
Thanks for coming, James. That's okay. Everyone, if
Hi,
your day
James.
hasn't been wildly thrown off,
everybody.
then you're not paying attention. I've been stress eating all day. And I
Yeah.
wanted to hear what everyone else has been stress eating. Everyone knows I've got 2 children. I've been eating Halloween candy. Like
You're
an
gonna say I've been
evil
eating my
stepfather.
children.
No, they're off the menu. James, what have you been stress eating all day? Or have you just been smoking cigarettes?
I am quitting tomorrow. I've been eating them though. It's awful. I recommend smoking. What I worked today, and then we got some tarme. We pigged out on tarme. Do you know tarme?
No. Tell us about
It's-
it.
HBO show about the kid, the little boy. Oh no,
Oh,
it's
it's
Treme.
treme. Yes. Also delicious.
It's like this. What is it? Like a Mediterranean place in
I don't think you
Glendale.
pronounced it right.
Tarme, yeah. No,
No, Mediterranean.
Mediterranean.
You really put
WNBC.
Mediterranean and Mediterranean.
Yeah, I've never heard that much. Greg Barris, what have you been stress eating today? You got up at 5 a.m.
Oof. There has been some major, and when I say major, I mean major weight gain in the last 10 days in Florida. I'll tell you that much. Look at these cheeks. Do you even remember me having cheeks like this? I mean,
You look cute.
thank
Yeah,
you.
it's a good look.
It's like
That's
you
just
stuffed little
more-
crab apples in there.
We might
It's just
be
more.
go
It's just more miles for the smiles.
ahead. We might be at 12 pounds heavier than when I left LA. And by might be, I mean I weighed myself every single day, and it's true. It's 12. So mostly it's cheese.
Hey.
I've been eating cheese as if I really need to, and it's kind of worrying me about my own stuff.
You're having a pea thing? Like that's your thing? Peas?
Cheese.
Oh.
Nick
Yeah.
Flanagan, get real. There's no way that was what he was saying.
No way I'm eating cheese.
Yeah,
Wow.
I used to always gain weight when I'd go to my dad's, but now
Oh,
as
God.
dads get older, they just stop eating. Like my dad doesn't have food really, so I actually lost weight in Montana this time.
I've just been doing nothing. Usually I'm very active, but I'm like here in Florida and like
Yeah.
a big community with old people. My dad might actually have like an older dad, and he actually doesn't eat much either as he gets older, but I'm doing plenty of eating for both of us, and I've been very lethargic. And I drove here, so it was like I haven't even moved, barely moved.
Yeah. Well, I should say, yeah, there's no shortage of cheese at my dad's house.
Oof. What kind?
Cheese,
Yeah,
city. All the cheeses.
Greg, without giving anything away, is there a particular cheese that you've been eating? Don't reveal it. If they
Sure,
there's-
yeah.
Okay, all right. This is going to be our first sub question of the night. We're going to guess what kind of cheese Greg has been really enjoying on his trip to Florida. I'm guessing a soft cheese. I'm going brie.
Wow.
Yeah, I think you're having fun out there. It's
I'm
vacation.
not I'll reserve any answers till everybody's guess if that's what you want. Otherwise, it'll.
Yes,
I feel
please
like
do.
your dad has slices of provolone to go with salami slices that are also in the refrigerator.
That is a great guess. Nick
Oh my
Flanagan, what
God.
kind of cheese?
I got
What-
real
what
quick breaking news, real quick. I just spilled my whiskey soda all over my flip flop foot in the street.
Is that why you went dark for a moment?
Is that
Election
why
of 20
Biden lost Virginia?
No, he did it because he wouldn't meet Virginia. He didn't run on the train platform.
And
Sorry.
that's called setup and punch.
And punchline.
Biden won Colorado.
Nice.
Hey,
And they
How
flipped
can
they flipped a Senate seat there too, which is good.
How can
Oh,
they call
fantastic.
any of it? It's like
yeah.
I understand that they're like doing projection calling, but it's like
Yeah, it's impossible. I think that I really will be several days since people could mail off ballots today. If it was postmarked the
Yeah.
3rd,
Yeah.
they won't
And
be
every-
counted for 2, 3,
Yeah.
4 days. And some states like Pennsylvania, which is a really important one, started counting mail-in ballots today.
Yeah. And then every state's so crazy different.
And I feel like most of the mail-ins are on our side, or the chances of them being, because
Yeah.
Trump
Yeah, so
Or-
far that has been it has broken that way. They've
Yeah.
been able to track
Trump
it.
people aren't afraid to show up at the polling places like I did today because they didn't mail me a fucking mail ballot.
Really?
I mean, Trump didn't believe in that process, I think for different reasons than you won't receive it in the mail. But there was some comfort in seeing at the new polls, it's all digital. It says your vote has been counted. It says it right then. You put it in, you know it's there. I don't even feel comfortable putting a letter in a mailbox out on the street. I usually go to a post office.
Me too.
These ballot boxes just out on the street that any redneck could put in the back of his F-150.
They prefer
you know, like for some reason, it makes me sound like a conspiracy person, but.
Well, no, there was a thing in Los Feliz. Did you see that? Where someone just threw away tons of ballots and shit from they found them thrown away.
Yeah, I think it's like a David Rue thing because that's his district. It was neck and neck, and he's losing to Nithya. That makes sense.
If Nithya wins,
that's all I actually care about. I only care about her winning. I've gone as hard as I can for Nithya.
Yeah, I can only think micro.
Greg, what can you elaborate a little bit about the candidate Nithya for the people? A lot of our listeners aren't
I thought you
Angelinos
to elaborate on the cheese.
We're gonna get back to the cheese. I still want. We've got provolone from Chris. I was guessing brie.
Nithya Raman is one of the great American candidates, period. She went to Harvard in undergrad, MIT to get her master's degree in urban planning. In 2014, Los Angeles hired her to do the only ever comprehensive study on homeless people that's ever been done. And she's literally the only person who has a plan for the houseless in Los Angeles. And it really includes a vacancy tax. David Rue, her opponent, is managed by the 3 largest real estate companies in the country because they don't want a vacancy tax, and they literally have 111,000 pieces of property that they've been hoarding, like the diamond industry hoards diamonds, for 5 years, and it's driving property costs and home values up across the state of California. It's bad for everyone, but they gave David Rue $24 million, and he's just a council member. Anyway, Nithya Raman, it's the only way to go.
Greg, I've been moonlighting as a comedian hirer for the Red Eye Fox Red Eye. You're hired.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate it.
Isn't that the thing, the Fox thing where comics are on there? I'm like,
I've seen comics on there, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah, like regular comics, not just.
Yeah.
You know, I can't think of any. Owen Benjamin? I can't think of any.
Well, there's a famous clip of Steven Crowder and Amy Schumer on there where she takes a big dig at this guy, Steven Crowder, who apparently was a comedian in Montreal. And
all the failed comics are right-wing YouTubers. No.
If you watch his clips, he's got a really funny part where he's like, yeah, Deanne Smith used to open for me. And it's like, no, Deanne Smith never opened for you. You were on the same fucking bill in Montreal. You're using the comedy festival application credits.
Right. Yeah. She went up 3rd, I went up 7th. She
once again, another good reason to follow, and subscribe the podcast. Keep all of us from becoming right-wing comedians. We don't want it. We don't want that to happen to any of us. We don't want to be radicalized.
No, I don't.
Nick, I want to bounce back to our cheese debate about what Greg has been eating. Nick, what kind of cheese has Greg Barris been enjoying on his trip to Florida?
Greg Barris is in Florida. He's eating American cheese.
Wow.
Wow, gutsy. I feel like that's way off, but gutsy.
No, but who's not eating? You go in a fridge and you see a little slice. Who's not?
Sure.
Is that crazy? What? Are you guys making fun of my improv skills?
That was
no.
Everything is improv unless you've memorized it.
Wow, I need to take a minute.
Nick, we're not just making up answers. We're probing we're trying to probe Greg's psyche via understanding which cheese flavor has its hooks in him the furthest. And,
also, I'll put it this way. Let's change that answer to grilled cheese.
Yeah.
All of America.
I like
okay. That. Now we're talking. Oh.
Somebody say pepper jack, because I know he's spinning pepper jack.
I like that.
Great.
James, I love the smoky cheddar. That's a personal favorite.
Should I give a hint?
No, I didn't get a fucking hint. Don't give James and Maggie a hint. James, what kind of cheese is Greg going ham on? Thank you.
Ham on with a J.
Ham on. Yeah, of course.
Ham on whole wheat. All right. That was Weird Al. I'm guessing Swiss.
Oh. How do you think he's taking those? Swiss. Oh, yeah. You think he's putting that on a sandwich, or you think he's just throwing Swiss slips?
You know what? I'm changing my answer. Munster.
Wow. Someone in the chat room said Munster.
Munster. It's a hearty cheese. You can eat it by itself.
Yeah, it's fun. I like Munster. That's a good one.
Dancing Colors said Munster. We also got Seriously Dude 552 with Baby Bell cheese.
That's a good guess.
We got 13-year cheddar. Jen Hicks is saying Swiss. We got a lot of we got a Rockford now. Wow.
What's up, chat room?
Yeah, hey everyone in the chat.
Oh yeah, what's up, chat room?
What's up, chat room?
Maggie, what cheese do you think Greg has been going nuts on? Another food one. Hold on, Maggie. What?
Louder.
Either Havarti or Gouda.
Ooh, Havarti's a good choice.
Thank you for thinking I'm a nice gentleman, Maggie.
I think we got everyone weighed in. Greg, let us know what's been the cheese.
Normally I'm almost a vegan almost the entire time. And then I really just got to Florida and something snapped in my fucking head like a week ago. And I've just been just inhaling cheese. So when I was at my parents' house, we're Greek. My mom is Erigeti Nikolakakis Barris. And
whoa.
Can you give us that one more time?
Rhyme. Erigeti Nikolakakis Barris.
Beautiful.
Her great grandmother had an Italian guy who was a draft dodger during when the Nazis were fighting. She hit him in the basement. Anyway, and they probably ate a lot of cheese. So I've been eating a lot of feta cheese, and my mom loves Melba toast. I've just been just cutting it, just going through a box of Melba toast. I mean, it's disgusting. And then aged white cheddar Cracker Barrel. That's just these rectangle food things.
It's wrapped.
I can't stop. I mean, I'm eating I ate a whole one today, and then I continued on to another one.
Wait, you ate a whole rectangle one?
Shoving into my face. And I was like, oh my God, I got to do the Zoom.
Well, I'm glad you've got your protein. You're going to be up because this may be going on all night.
The Zoom?
Yes, Nick. And you have by contract, you have to stick on till the end of the Zoom.
Because
social contract.
I'm at my brother's house, and he has, I have 4 nieces and nephews. Yes, Chris, there was pepper jack, and it was the pepper jack that's it's cheese stick. It's not string cheese. It's cheese stick.
Yeah. I still always try to peel off a string though.
Yeah. And
never. Yeah.
Man, minutes before the show started, they had those King's Hawaiian little mini rolls.
Oh yeah.
I'm just no. How many did I eat? Maybe 7. Cheese, some sriracha, shoving it in, and I'm I'm not even hungry. What am I doing? I think it's COVID.
I think a dollop of sriracha on a block of cheese was what I ate the most at my dad's. Yeah,
that's awesome.
That's good eating.
It really isn't. Yeah,
but the Melba toast thing, I get. The Melba toast thing, I totally get, Greg. You ever put butter on Melba toast, or better yet, margarine, and just you're in front of the cupboard at your house, just eating 8 to 15?
I would never eat margarine, Nick. Come on.
Why?
He's a Kerrygold man.
I don't eat butter. I mean, I don't even eat. I literally just have a fucking salad every day until a week ago, and I'm just was you know what? Let's see how fat we can get, you filthy bastard.
I think you look rock
Tabitha.
solid.
Feta cheese. That would have been a great guess. I really
Feta
feel like we
I'm Greek.
kinda
Come on.
let you
I know.
down there.
Even
Yeah.
More
Totally
like
down.
feta cheese.
Wow.
No,
Wow.
it is. It is the. That's the best cheese
It's
to
fattening.
be eating.
Yes.
Is it?
It seems like it.
I like
it seems
everything
like
that
the
I
healthy cheese.
everything
My
you eat it
my
with.
girlfriend's huge into feta, and
Oh, yeah.
crumble a little bit of it on one of these goddamn Dr. Prager burgers. It's good shit.
Wait, is Dr. Prager like a
Like a vegan burger, yeah.
is it one of those ones with the chickpeas in it and stuff? You know?
I don't know, man. I just know it ain't a cow.
Oh,
I put feta
Enough
tonight
death, Nick.
enough death.
on my gluten-free pasta. I put feta.
Ooh,
Oh,
I love
yeah.
that.
that's
It's
good
great
stuff.
on pasta.
What brand of feta do you get?
It's got a green top. It's oblong, oval shaped. Do you know
Is it
what
in-
kind it is?
It sounds familiar. Is the top kind of like peel off, or does it just pop off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got a. I'll go get it.
There's
I'll
the
bring
one
it
that
up
that my family likes if you're going to the conventional grocery store, and it's got a blue top, and it's in a big block, and it's in brine, and the whole thing is like plastic tub. That's what you want. You want the
Yeah,
feta to
that's-
be in brine.
Yeah, use that brand.
My grandmother in Brooklyn, we would go to this Greek grocery store, and they had this huge tub of brine. Yes, that's the stuff. That company makes the block stuff in the brine too. Solid choice there for you get the cheese.
I love it.
That's great. I want to hear what.
It's looking like North Carolina's gonna be tricky.
Yeah,
They're more of a Gouda state.
it's a little trending Republican right now, as well as
Well,
Ohio and Georgia.
That's a good sign.
I just saw we have some good news for Democrats in North Carolina, where a reporting error by Randolph County is padding Trump by about 30K in our estimate there.
Oh, that's
so
great.
like, I think that might be because we knew there was going to be at least one or two state battles in the courts and shit. I think North Carolina might be it tonight.
Wow.
Oddly, it probably won't be Florida.
No.
They don't want to be the ones that fucked up again. They're probably the ones that have it the most figured out now.
Right.
You mean dialed in? Their corruption is a fucking well-oiled machine.
Oh, right. Yeah.
They might have the worst state Democrats in the country. Their state DNC, like they're terrible. And
I don't know anything about that.
It's almost as if the problem is the whole structure of the
it's almost as if
Do you vote in Canada? Do you guys actually vote, or you have a king? No,
yeah, King James, the Bible guy, is like, dude, we just
like. Did you vote for Justin Trudeau?
I did not vote for Justin Trudeau, but I voted for the new Democratic candidate in whatever.
I heard you guys have ranked syrup voting.
We do have some kind of ranked ballot that's a drag, and we have it's one of those things where we're not voting for, like, we don't have Justin Trudeau on our ballot, you know.
You vote for the party, right?
Yeah, unless it's in the one riding that he is running in, you know.
Yeah,
interesting.
He's running as basically the guy.
But what about the Queen?
The Queen just laughs and counts the money she makes off our backs. You know,
Queen. Stay the Queen.
Yes,
the Queen.
Keep doing Queen stuff.
The Queen just goes yes. That's all she does.
Yeah, she
and you declare
That's
the winner.
Princess Diana.
She says yes or nope.
Also, the UK, the royal family has no political influence. They're just like, right? They don't have a say in anything. They just live in a house.
We have a bunch of like political, like sort of ambassador type people who have something to do with royalty. Like we have a governor general and some.
I'm honestly very confused by the royal situation. I don't understand it. I don't get why it exists. I don't understand why you follow the rest of the world and cut these people's fucking heads off already and take their.
Well,
I have no idea.
We don't have the royal family here. We just have the Kennedys, the Bushes, the Clintons,
the Tafts.
We've almost killed all the Kennedys. Come on, get with it, Canada.
Well, they're bringing Kardashians back from the dead, so I think that they're the ones that are the real American family.
There was one gunman on the snowy knoll.
Yeah. He was on skis. He shot skis like a James Bond villain. What? I was just catching a football. No, that was Sonny Bono. I don't know. The point is, don't go skiing.
It's called soccer.
How fun would it be? Is that something that's an Olympic sport? Like that's my favorite. That's my favorite weird Olympic sport is like going down on the skis and then you shoot a gun and then you ski.
The triathlon, right?
Oh yeah.
Gina Davis does that.
That's cool.
Is there anything she can't do?
Wait, Maggie wants to tune in. Oh, it's an archer?
Oh, she does archery, not the triathlon? Oh, okay.
But couldn't she still get to that triathlon thing with a little bit of time? So at some point, Chris might be right.
I think that she did some skiing and shooting in Long Kiss Goodnight, so I got confused.
I love The Long Kiss Goodnight.
That movie rules.
Christmas movies, and it's a Christmas movie.
It's so good. It's like
it totally
photo movie to all these movies now, like Hannah and Anna. Every one of these things, like even Jason Bourne is exactly the Long Kiss Goodnight.
I never saw it. I just knew like the rap references.
It's great. It's before he started doing like an impersonation of himself. He's just Samuel L. Jackson is like a young version of himself.
He's great in it. And then
Charlie Baltimore, right? That's her character.
Brian Cox is like the bad guy, who's also, oh my God, he's the bad guy in the Jason Bourne movies. He's the same character.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm gonna have to watch Long Kiss Goodnight. Remind me, everyone. Tomorrow.
Okay, let's remind Nick tomorrow. Everyone in the chat.
Yeah, I'll remember that.
Hit up
tomorrow.
Well, I understand there's gonna be a couple things, a couple big things probably happening. Biden's gonna be measuring curtains, and I want everyone letting Nick
hang himself.
I don't like that attitude. Let's not put that into the air. I do want to finish covering what everyone's been stress eating today. Definitely sound off in the chat. Let us know what have you been taking down those chocolate covered espresso marijuana beans.
What's your code?
Oh, I had one of those too. That's why I spelt my drink.
Oh, Gouda just took North Dakota.
I had a sweet Australian person sent me many Australian candies. So I've been eating Tim Tams and very superior Kit Kats.
Ooh, they have better Kit Kats?
I even had some Vegemite today, which I'm afraid I don't like. It's just salt in a tube. I don't get it.
Vegemite's terrible.
It's like eating cat medicine.
Gross. Yeah, that's like old school Australia. That's still like somehow, man. I mean, I don't even know. This is my uneducated opinion. It's like Biltong. Do you know what Biltong is?
No.
It's like before they had beef jerky kind of down. They had this other bullshit called Biltong. It's like tack.
I've had Biltong. I had a Ted Nugent brand Biltong about 20 years ago in Detroit.
You're still digesting it. This is a terrible endorsement.
You're still fighting off Lyme disease from it.
It's a cured meat called Biltong?
It's kind of like a beef jerky, but it's something. It's like some, primitive version. It's just, I mean, I don't eat that kind of shit. It's just disgusting. I don't really eat anything but cheese anymore. I'm all cheese. That's it. I hear cheese is a whole food, and it's the only thing that if you just eat it, you can survive without being malnourished.
Yeah, it's the biggest part of the pyramid from 1950.
I only go by 1950 standards, so.
Yeah, you're eating bread and cheese.
I'm pregnant. I'm smoking. Everything's fine.
But you're not eating meat.
Wait,
right?
That's the Florida state motto.
It's on the flag.
Smoking, everything's fine.
Yeah, I don't eat
smoking, everything's.
It's procreation. It's pro smoking.
I mean, I am vegan, but I have like collapsed into some cheese sphere, and I think it is stress related. Look how.
Would you call it a wheel?
Yeah,
I think a sphere would be the moon, right?
What is it?
A cheese sphere is the moon.
Y'all, I'm on the moon and I can't stop eating it. Help! Help the toast.
What's this? A mighty boot?
I wish.
I have gotten so fat it affects the tide.
I thought you were gonna say time. I was like, oh.
Time's going slower.
Joke.
I know.
It's a classic your mama joke reappropriated as a self-own. That's great.
Thanks, man. You know, I try to turn the gun on myself. It can't all be the crowd.
You're a good man.
Or
Just
politics.
a second for a potential Green Zoom sponsor.
Greg, I would give you 10 seconds for that.
Okay, here we go.
This is a Trump ad. I swear to God.
Your mama cost the last. What's that?
This is Estrella Galicia. Let me try it again.
Oh yeah, please do.
Give me the what's that again?
What's that again?
This is Estrella Galicia, Spain's oldest brewery, and they've decided to give me 5 or 6 beers tonight in this great hat. What a great beer. If you have access to it in your region of the United States, I highly recommend it. A beautiful amber lager, refreshing, great for a stressful evening like tonight to calm your nerves. Estrella Galicia.
Are you a divorcee that enjoys water skiing? Might I suggest White Claw the next time you go to the lake on your week with the kids?
Ooh, that sounded like a trailer to a horror movie.
Do you water ski, Chris? Did we talk about this?
I do water ski. Yeah, I used to really enjoy it.
You know, did we talk about this? I can't remember. I'm sorry.
I think we have a little bit, but in person.
Okay. I'm in the water ski capital of the world, Winter Haven, Florida. I grew up on Lake Eloise, which is across the lake for me is Cypress Gardens, a water ski theme park that I worked at as a young boy. And I'm an avid water skier.
And you, for a while, wakeboarded, right?
Wakeboarded, knee-boarded, slalom ski, barefoot. Ron Scarpa, 5-time world champion barefooter, taught me how to barefoot when I was 6 years old.
I have never barefooted. That's amazing.
My boat, you know, yes, I'm a privileged white boy from Winter Haven, and we had a boat that had a barefoot boom pole on the side of it.
Oh, wow. Yeah, of course.
In the boat, and that's how we learned. I could just jump off the side of the boat and grab the pole and hit the water with my bare feet.
Yeah, I just had my dad's second wife. She had a boat, and it wasn't the nicest boat, but once she disappeared, so did that boat. So it was only a window of time where I water skied.
Oh man, that's very tragic.
I would love to go.
It's like a 90s comedy, a very sad 90s comedy. This summer the boat was there.
I remember I'm like, oh no, it's my turn to ski, but I have to go to the bathroom. And she said, oh, just go in the wetsuit. I just did.
That's definitely a poem I wrote in college. The summer the boat was there.
I have a lot of P-based haikus.
Where can we go water skiing, Chris? I was looking into this, and if you go to you get to go to fucking Lake Mead, and you can rent a boat. That's far. I can't.
Yeah. Can you bring boats at the lake up at Big Bear?
I saw that there was a place where you can rent boats. Like Lake Mead, you can rent there's a bunch of boat rental places. In Big Bear there was, but I called and they're not open right now because of global.
Yeah. That might be I think everyone here goes to Arizona or something.
Havasu, yeah.
Crazy. It's so far. I would love to go water skiing with you. It'd be so fun.
Me too. I went when I was in Montana a couple months ago.
Yeah, awesome.
It was fun. I did a hydrofoil, that thing that has got a pole and then a little shark fin in the bottom. So no matter how rough the lake was, you're hovering 1 to 2 to 3 feet above the water. But once that thing breaches, it just slams you into the water, and water jams into your eyes and hits your brain. It's very painful.
Can you do any cool hydrofoil tricks? Can you do a back?
No, it's really hard to do. It's really hard. because you want to let go of the rope and then you can pump it and just ride around and go away from the boat. And theoretically, you can infinitely just ride around the lake because of the engineering of it. It's really neat, but the whole time, this is not the sport for the person I am. I was on it the whole time.
When I was 14 to 17, I worked at Cypress Gardens, and my first job there, it's a water ski theme park. They had like 2 big stadiums facing the lake. And so there'd be, 2 shows on Saturday and Sunday where 2,000 people are watching the water skiers. And my first job was like there's a boat driver, and then there's a kid like me in the back of the boat. And then there's like these things called swivel skis. So there'd be 3 women, and they're strapped into the waist to the boat, and they're spinning around and kind of doing like acrobatics on the skis. And my job was to pull this release rope. And I remember my very first day doing it, 2,000 people, it's showtime. They're like, okay, your job is to watch the women. And if one of them falls, you have to immediately release the thing because the rope could cut them in half. And it's like, here's the stadium, the boat's coming around, it's showtime, and they're doing their thing. And I just fucking pulled it because I was so nervous. And everyone fell in the water. Everyone was furious at me, and I was like, I didn't want to kill anyone.
Yeah, the other option is them being cut in half. I think
it's like, I'm just a boy.
Me and my friends tried our hardest to pull off a 6-man water ski pyramid that we were going to then edit to the Go-Go's song Vacation. And it is very hard to do. Each tier of ropes has to be 1.5 feet longer. You need 6 ropes. You have to climb on each other. It's I don't know how people did that in the 50s.
At Cypress Gardens, they did a 24-person pyramid. And
what?
They literally...
Did they all just climb on each other?
Well, what you do is you start out with like, it's like all the guys on the bottom on the big skis, and then there's 2 girls to each guy standing in front of their skis, and then they get together, and then the girls start to climb and make the pyramid, and they hold like the American flag on top, and they literally played that song. Vacation.
You need those big skis. No one had the big. We just have regular water skis, and
what else you need is everyone on the bottom row is strapped in with like a waistband, so their arms are free too, so they can hold and do whatever. They're being pulled by their waist, not their hands.
Man,
are you looking at that cheese?
One day I want to do it. It's one of my life goals. It seriously is a bucket list thing to form a perfect water ski pyramid.
My dad's done it. I have never been in the pyramid, but then my brother's wife.
My dad was a bottom. In the pyramid.
A power bottom. Yeah, they have those.
Yeah.
Took a lot of power.
My dad's in the middle of the blood pyramid. It's a different pyramid. But then my brother's wife's family for like 3 generations we're all water skiers at this theme park. It's like crazy how deep my water ski life goes.
Did you buck the system? Is that, or are you still, I guess you're still kind of low-key a water ski guy?
I mean, I have no access to water skiing right now. That's why I would love to go. If anyone, we have this great sponsor now, Estrella Galicia. If there's like Mastercraft or Ski Nautique, if they want to sponsor the show, we'd love to get out there. We could film, Chris and I could get out there, do some really sweet tricks, film that, get it on the show. Great sponsorship opportunities.
Yeah, it'd be a lot of exposure for you guys at Mastercraft. Give us a boat.
Give us a boat.
Chris,
we'll use it.
Can I ask you, so you're like a skater, right? You're like a skate.
I skateboarded all day today.
Is there YouTube footage of you skating and shit?
I think if you wrote my name with skateboarding, there's still stuff up there. Yeah.
I got to look that up. That and Long Kiss Goodnight. Everyone remind me.
It's so good. It's a great holiday movie. I would even save it for December.
Well, yeah, that's what I was thinking when you were talking about it. But I'll tell you, the skateboarding footage, I want to see that before Christmas.
That is also Christmas themed.
Okay, then I'll wait on it. You're the boss. You're the Rick Ross in this case.
No, I just have stuff from before I got my hip replaced. So I was in pain but still able to do it in pain.
And
because my muscle in the same place. Now they're in a different.
How long were you like skating pre-hip situation?
Oh, you mean like
he was always hip.
Yeah, yeah, I was hip since 7th grade.
So why'd you gotta get it replaced? You just wanted a change of hip pace.
Yeah, it was just too much pain.
You gotta keep them separated.
Yeah, come out and play.
I bet you Noodles saw you skate a couple times. That's a little Offspring reference for.
You might have.
I've got to tell you, I'm not a Republican. I know I'm wearing like a red sweater here. I got the blue underneath, and that's closer.
Oh yeah. Oh, it is your political outfit, though, right?
It accidentally was. I thought I'd dress up because the stress eating answer for me is just that my girlfriend had like a bubble buddy come by to make food so that
I liked it to make food.
Yeah. So
I like bubble buddies.
Yeah, me
bubble
too.
buddy.
Stop saying it.
Well, I'm wearing I surrender white in honor of the election.
Yeah, no, the flag are just gonna cut off. Well, no, you know what? It's gonna be fine.
Yeah, we'll know in 1 week.
We'll know in one week to 3 months.
Yeah, the people voting for Trump were not afraid to go right to the polling places.
I got stressed out because I was looking at like right-wing Twitter and I saw all these Trump voting stuff, and like this was a few days ago, so advanced polling, and there were like pictures of guys with like huge Confederate flag shirts, just like being like, I'm voting. And it's like, clearly Facebook is working, better than that.
But whatever happens, can we just admit it's embarrassing that it's this close?
Yes.
And what a shit show the Democratic Party was this year. To like even be 100,000 people are dying every fucking 2 months. Like, it's insane.
I mean,
I'm sorry. I know this is a comedy podcast. I'm just.
Well, it's actually a water skiing podcast.
It's America's premier water skiing podcast.
I mean,
presented by Estrella.
I thought
the only hope for the future of this country is if this kills the Democratic Party as it is, right?
Wow.
We got to get. No, as it is, like Pelosi, right. Schumer, all these old motherfuckers they have to go and get out of the way.
Pelosi endorsed David Rue.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because because it's about women and power, right? She supported a rapist man over the woman of color.
Yeah, take him down.
Yeah.
Go deeper. Dig into
they abandoned me too within moments of Biden getting the fucking nomination.
Well, that was because you talked shit about
them. And they abandoned Black Lives Matter about 4 months later.
Shit about David.
David Rue. David Rue's a fucking joke, but even his constituents don't know who he is. Like
that's just true about council members in general. People have no idea. Right.
I know, until this year, which honestly, I've been here a while. A lot of you guys have been here longer than me, but this is by far the most I've seen this city engaged in electoral politics locally in my life by a million.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think shutdown, people started being like, oh, I'll check out this police oversight board Zoom. And they were like, wait, this is going on? Like...
Yeah, the pandemic pushed so many more people closer to the margins where the bottom felt very real. And I think that will radicalize you a lot faster than if you're kind of comfortable.
And just having time to focus on it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm unemployed now. I'm at home. I can check this shit out. Like, and it's also like insane that like in Chicago politics is fucked, obviously, but they have 50 aldermen who control everything.
What is that?
They have 50. It's like city council people, but they have 50 for Chicago. It's nuts that LA has 11 for a city the size of LA.
Right.
11
and the
people.
District of Crazy Jerry.
Yeah.
Who's Jerry?
He was a bad boy.
Yeah.
He liked it how we liked it. That's who he was.
It was Jerry Stiller. Rest in peace. He was crazy, but we
He was like, "This will be funny." He was right.
No, I know the districts in LA are so funny. They like go up around the mountains and down again. And
They
like, oh my-
disappear. It's like this. It's like I don't know. It's a LA basically is like a glove. I don't know if everybody knows it. It's like a myth.
That's not.
And there's the Upper Peninsula, and then there's
No,
the
it's like a Romney.
the Los Feliz corridor.
Biden won Illinois.
Yeah.
Hey, it's because we're talking about Chicago.
Right. Yeah.
Good
that
luck.
wasn't in question. Yeah.
I don't know. The New York Times needle thing seems to be not good news, but I don't even really understand. Are you guys all familiar with this New York Times election?
Yeah, but I don't subscribe to that war supporting
You
rag,
guys-
so I've run out of my free clicks, so I can't check the
I got a
election.
free account.
That's a long pyramid. That's only 12 people, but it gets double that size.
That's the Electoral College.
Yeah.
That seems wrong.
So even though Biden is leading in Arizona right now by a lot, the Electoral
awesome.
College will fix that later.
I hope so.
I don't
They're gonna
understand
do what they can.
Electoral College.
I don't understand it either. It's like who?
I had a pretty good tweet about it
fuck?
today. Just wanna
Well,
hear it.
you see, a slave owner, their vote matters more, and it
I
all
thought you
stems from
said
there.
as a slave owner. Listen, as a slave owner, I approve of the Electoral College.
I don't even own Britney Spears' song "Slave."
I'm a slave for you. Not even on
Okay.
iTunes.
Google is saying.
Not even on iTunes. Never
What's
bought
Do you remember that beautiful?
What's Google
Feeling
saying?
Flying song on iTunes?
47.7 to 50%. Is that nationally?
It's nationally. They're calling stuff on Google. I don't know what they're terming, but they're saying Biden 131, Trump 108.
Google's going wild. That would be fun if you were a startup news org. Just start calling shit wildly tonight. Like,
I'm sure it's happening. Gateway Pundit is probably
Biden wins Kentucky. I would
Biden
get a
just won
million
Texas.
clicks.
Biden won Kentucky. They're switching Arizona to Biden. It looks like Wyoming is being crossed over to Biden. North and
Bernie's
South
back.
Dakota
Bernie's back
on
in.
Biden. Maggie, I love this look.
Yeah, I was gonna say too. It's like so comfy.
My bathrobe, my going to deep condition my hair after this look.
Yeah.
I think the hooded bathrobe is such an incredible alpha move to allow yourself the hood on the bathrobe. I love it.
Should I make
When you
it a
do, like,
2-bath
deep
day?
It's just so easy, you know. And I put on earrings so it looks like I'm doing a fashion
thing.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Maggie, I got your wig in my trunk.
Yay! Thank you.
Well, I'm going back there tomorrow looking for your wig. Did
Oh,
any
thank
wig
you.
requests? Chris, Nick, James?
I'd like an earwig.
I would love a wig of my exact hair if you can just.
What?
I bet you I had that. I have 8 wigs of my exact hair, literally.
I'd like a wig of my.
I'll take one of
exact hair
those.
When I was 18.
You do know that's how I won the first, got in the finals of the funniest person in Austin contest, Maggie. Is I just had 6 wigs on that looked exactly like my own hair. Because my old roommate had all this costume stuff. So after each joke, I'd be like, I'm sorry, you guys. I'm not who you think I am. And then it would be, and I just kept doing it. It would be really dumb if you saw that now, I guess. But at the time, very cutting edge wig comedy.
That's hilarious. I love that.
And then at the end, I was just pulling on my real hair.
That's great. I
for 6 minutes.
used to dress people up to look exactly like me, and so I got 8 wigs that were me, and then I did like then I made my first wig, which was like a creature out of all 8 wigs, which is like this guy right here.
Ooh.
Wow.
This is the first wig I ever made.
Sexy cousin it.
Wow.
Thank you.
You just have it in your blood.
It is my grandfather, my father, my brother, my mother.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
you know what? That's what it was very. I've known Greg Greg. We've known each other for a really long time now. We've
71 years
at
Thursday.
least 71, and I think I had a hard time pinning down your energy. I think it's because the mix of wig maker and water skier. It seems like they're going in opposite directions, but it's going straight down the Greg pipeline.
Same boat, towing the same thing. And I was a horseback rider as a boy.
Fuck, man.
Wow.
English style.
I wish I had your childhood.
I had a good childhood. A lot of people don't like to say that because it sounds, like something you shouldn't say. But
yeah, you're not supposed.
Yeah, your parents were good people who did it right.
Yeah, boo. How are we supposed to root for you, Greg?
I know. I feel you, but I'm Greek. I'm not a white boy.
You said it. Have we covered everybody's stress eating? I don't think we have. Maggie, did you share your stress, what you've been stress eating today?
No. I haven't really been stress eating. I had one of those shark pussy boards earlier.
What?
Yeah,
shark pussy board.
Shark coochie.
I love this conversation.
We know Florida.
That's what we call them at Boozy Brunch, the shark pussy boards.
Maryland.
I bet coochie in it. I like that.
Can you just say it? Can you just say it one more time?
Wait, what?
Can you just say it one more time?
Shark coochie board.
You just gave me a great costume idea.
It's like a
shark
Geiger
fins and
painting.
pocket pussies on a.
Look at that. That's real, Maggie.
What was on the board, Maggie? Did you have some olives on there? Was there a horseradish?
No, I don't like olives. I had spicy pickle chips instead.
Ooh.
And then I had some pepperoni and hot salami, medium cheddar, white cheddar, and Gouda.
Ooh,
and then blueberries and kiwi slices and grape tomato.
Cool.
And a little bit of Greek yogurt with ranch dip.
Wow.
That's beautiful.
Oh, I went
like
hard
a
in
cave
the paint.
person.
I wasn't fucking around. Little crostinis.
I love
yes.
oh my god, I love a crostini. Like the actual brand crostini.
I think it might have been
For
Melba toast. It was those little toast slices.
What's going on right now?
Greg, you were also eating Melba toast earlier today?
I had 5 boxes of Melba toast in 3 days. And is that a lie? No, it's not.
Do they need to have the plastic? Do you get the wrap, like the clear wrap around like?
They're wrapped. 5 of them come in their own separate container. And Melba toast in the grocery store is not in the cracker and chip section. It's in the bread section. And I think they must request that on their,
They draw a line in the
Their
sand.
rider.
We understand that you've been putting our product with crackers, Ritz crackers, and Melba toast on the same aisle.
We think not. Chris, you have great hair.
It's getting there.
You have great hair. How long?
It's
What's the
incredible.
longest you've ever had your hair?
Oh God, yes. I've never been this far along.
Really? This is the longest?
Oh yeah, by far. Yeah.
It looks great.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Killer.
It's very
takes-
Mars Volta.
Yeah, Mars Volta. The band is that, were they, you will know by the Trail of the Dead, or were they?
No, it was like it was adjacent to that. It was like that band at the drive-in.
At the drive-in.
Two bands, and one of them was Mars Volta, and the other one was I'll throw to Maggie for that.
At the drive-in was
Florida.
I like.
For everybody watching live, several states on the West Coast have been called at this point. Washington, Oregon, and California were all called immediately for Biden.
Shocking.
At this point, it's he's got 209 delegates. They're predicting Trump is 112, but they still haven't. Texas,
What are they
and
saying
Florida.
about Texas? Okay, where's Texas at?
Texas looks like it's
good
leaning.
numbers on it all night.
Yeah,
There's
I'm looking
a lot
at the
of people that mailed off their ballots today, though, and we just can't.
And a lot of them were sent by Cowboy.
Texas.
I pick my favorite cowboy and I load him up good, and I say, "You ride like a son of a bitch," and I slap his horse on the flank, and he's gone. And 16 days later, my ballot arrives.
I use a Mount Everest Sherpa.
You said they'd be delivered by next sunset. That doesn't sound official.
A fortnight.
I don't know why
Dreamer Sherpa.
I don't even know why they're doing these predicted. There's no way all the votes are in for California.
They're doing it because it's like the amount of lawsuits that are going to happen are going to pay for like 7 generations of lawyers' families to like eat all the fucking cheese that ever existed.
And if you've wasted your life like I have, and you listen to like a ton of like political shit all day, like sadly it pretty much comes down to like 20 counties in the fucking country.
It's
you know what I mean? Like it's so insane, and like you're seeing like micro shit about how they voted, and
but that's
you turn on the news and they're like, "We got a new graphic," and it's like these graphics are giving me anxiety.
It's like American football. I feel like for people who aren't from America are just like, what? Like, where did these rules come from? What is this? And it's like the election shit is like this. There, it's all some kind of weird shell game.
Well, it's hard to remember, but like even the red and blue state shit was completely invented by TV news in like 2000. They used to switch the colors of each party on the map, and like just because that was the year that like people were paying super close attention because the Republicans stole it over weeks and the Democrats laid down, that red and blue stuck because of that. It wasn't even that fucking long ago.
But that's the other thing that's crazy about this era is the amount that the media has in a sense interfered. Like it's unbelievable. You know,
MSNBC, no matter what they say, will be perfectly happy if Trump wins. They're doing big business. It's good for them. They love all this shit.
Thank God for YouTube.
Well,
what are you watching on YouTube?
It's made a lot of Nazis, but other than that,
show.
Yeah, in the green zoom.
And they're really pushing my YouTube stand-up clips way down in all algorithms.
I'm being throttled. I'm being throttled every day.
That's crazy. I've never had more YouTube hits than now, ever.
Well, I think that your partial nude work is probably driving a lot of traffic there, but
I mean, if you have ankles like these, you show them.
You did one solo ankle video, and now you're that guy.
One solo ankle.
I'm not ashamed of it.
It'll get you a loyal audience.
Send me the gold. You can see the ankles.
Is the coverage? Can we watch like Al Jazeera or someone cover it? Why? Or is it just the networks?
No, you
Al
mean
Jazeera is definitely covering it.
AJ.
Do you guys have Al Jazeera?
Yeah, for sure.
Still around?
I don't have cable. I just have weird Samsung channels.
I don't have TV. I haven't had a television since I was 17. So it's like if it's not.
Wow, you see, that's why you're smart.
Thank you, James, for saying that I'm smart.
I'm following along with NPR's
website. You watch TV shows on your computer, though.
NPR is good, yeah. You're able to listen to them without interfering with our conversation.
No, I'm just watching they have a map where it's tracking the delegates and following sort of live that way.
But you're looking at a map on radio or PBS?
On NPR, on their website, npr.org.
Oh, okay.
PBS is another great place. That's where I watch all the elections and stuff. They have really good commentary.
I love Amy Goodman. That's the only person.
Oh yeah,
Amy
every day
rules.
But it's so harsh, you know. Democracy Now! We listen to it in the morning, and it's just like being
harsh.
Oh yeah, you want to feel good about the world.
I mean, no,
that's a mistake.
That's why we listen every day. But it's like,
I know. You know what? She really wants to make that show pop. She should have Hoda Coffee be her new co-host.
No, Juan forever. My favorite Juan Gonzalez thing that he did in an
Juan
interview
Gonzalez.
was he was like doing some interview and he's like, so like you know, back in the 60s we had a saying, off the pigs. Juan, you rule.
I love Juan Gonzalez. Yeah.
And I just read a book to advertise a book for those interested in movements and politics. It is called A Taste of Power by Elaine Brown. I found it on the street in great condition. She was the head of the Black Panther Party in the early 1970s. And it's all about that era and all of the people who were killed and all about the cocaine and perhaps cocaine-based misogyny that kind of was a problem in the Panthers outside of the assassinations and CIA. And,
interesting.
But it's a really interesting story, and I think that like it really made me think of those centralized, you know, like revolutionary type movements, and just like especially something like the Black Panthers that's like very you know, like culturally based or whatever you call it. Like that shit needs to really happen. You know, without the,
I agree.
Without the Black Panthers were the best. That's why they murdered their 21-year-old leader. The government and the police of Chicago literally murdered him in his sleep.
And the great thing about reading a book like that is you end up reading about all these other people in the book, and I'm like, oh yeah, I never read the Soledad. You know, George Jackson, was that his name? Like, who the Soledad brother book, and you know, like it's a whole era. The 70s is a very and late 60s is such a crazy era to revisit because we get so mad at fucking boomer culture or whatever because it's all about the Chicago 7. But there was like one Black person in the Chicago 7 that was barely mentioned and kind of isolated. It's just really interesting and revisiting the infighting. Anyway, I don't know how to water ski, but I would like to lend this book to everyone.
All right.
If you go online and look at like Fred Hampton speeches, your first takeaway is like, oh yeah, the government had to kill this guy.
Right. Yeah. Fred
you
Hampton.
Know what I mean?
That's a sad story.
He was such a revolutionary, incredible speaker, like logical force of good that like, I mean, they had to kill him. He would have changed the country.
Well,
they killed him when he was 21, man.
And
the, crazy.
The epicenter of that movement was also Los Angeles and San Francisco, right? Like Oakland, not San Francisco. But it's like interesting to think about. Oh, I don't know, man. I'm just reading it.
Chicago, man.
Yes,
I mean, Fred Hampton was Chicago.
Right? Yeah.
Doesn't Abby Hoffman end up killing himself? Do we know why that happened? Anybody?
He was a yippie, man.
His podcast didn't take off.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. Remember when that? Oh God, this is getting deep into like six. Remember when like Oliver Stone was the king? When you'd just be like, "What's the next Stone movie?"
A little.
And you'd be like, I'm learning about politics. And he had that revolutionary lawyer guy, William Kunstler, like the 60s lawyer dude, play himself.
I mean, I'll take Oliver Stone over Aaron Sorkin any day if we're going.
Aaron Sorkin's West Wing?
Yeah, he did the Trial of the Chicago 7 movie too.
Really?
Aaron Sorkin to do that. Yeah, dude. This is how they water down leftist politics.
I saw some clips where Sacha Baron Cohen's Abby Hoffman. I felt like I didn't know it was Sacha Baron Cohen. I guess now in retrospect.
Yeah, that movie's trash.
So he looked like he did a good. Did he not do a good job?
Well, I'm not talking about the acting. I'm talking about the fucking. Because like in any Aaron Sorkin movie, it becomes down to like a neoliberal reasonableness. Like that's the hero of the fucking movie. So they like cut all the funny and radical edges off of all those people.
I feel like he
made the cops sympathetic in the fucking movie. Like Aaron Sorkin is
literally. I was watching TV with my 2-year-old nephew today, and he watches Paw Patrol, and I was like, just so you know, Corey is a bastard because all cops are bastards. And then he's like, all cops are bastards. I'm like, very good.
There you go. Indoctrinate.
Now you know. Tell him to. I mean, the firefighter one's so cute anyway. Dalmatians get a really bad rap. I think we should a good character to push. I think it's for him to imprint on.
What are your kids like, Paul? What's their TV of choice?
We don't really
no TV.
Yeah. No, we do watch some TV, but not that much these days.
How many languages do your kids speak? 5?
They're fluent in sarcasm and
oh shit.
Oh shit.
English.
I bet.
They're ready for dating apps.
Yeah, there's a bunch of great kid shows out there. Watch all of them. They're all good. It doesn't matter what you click on Netflix. You can just trust it to raise your children for you. No need to screen. Just, oh yeah, Pete the cat.
It is about Pete Buttigieg.
Yeah, those stories are a little repetitious, but Pete's a good character. He wears cool shoes and sunglasses.
Let's teach our kid about hoarding and capitalism. Oh, okay.
Well, you put it in a piggy bank. It's just to let them know that all of their tax dollars will be going to police. So great metaphor for their frustration to learn.
Oh, you can't take the money out because then you have to break the pig. And you don't want to do that because they're cute with a little bow. No, we're taking it tomorrow. Good point.
Yeah, you got to break it. Like, that's so harsh.
That's old school.
That?
Yeah.
Nowadays, they've all got trapdoors.
You got to have money in the piggy bank to pay for the new piggy bank.
You've got to know a guy inside that gives you the inside track on how to get money out without breaking the bank. And it is
like a guy inside the piggy bank.
You know what that is? It's this.
It's his stomach.
Do that as a hat.
Yeah.
Okay,
Not old school style.
All
Though.
right.
You think the Dutch had that? No way. The Dutch piggy bank. It seems like
never
they
even considered that.
It's 13 minutes. 13 minutes after 8 in LA, they're starting to release votes in LA as of 8.
Well, it's like I only care about Nithya. It's like obviously.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm not talking about.
In 22.
Oh wait, I'm calling it now. Biden wins California.
Whoa, whoa.
Yeah, I wish I had voted absentee in Montana. I had to start over. Somehow I disappeared, and they didn't have my new address. They didn't even have record of me. I should have just. It would have been some preparation, I bet, but
that's kind of what happened to me. I was going to vote in Florida, and I was so off gridded. I had to like take a class in regridding and get myself back, into human.
Yeah, it probably would have been a big pain in the ass.
I mean, let's make a new Hollywood in a swing state. This town's done. Let's all just decide.
Can't anything be Hollywood now? Like,
yeah,
the nicest climate.
I like Denver. Do you guys like Denver?
I like Denver, but it's not
I like Denver.
Let's move to Denver.
Hollywood actually might make it more diverse, which is hilarious. But
yeah.
I'm from Kentucky, so I can say that. But
so you want us to go? You want Kentucky?
I think Ohio. Let's pick a good city in Ohio.
That sounds fun.
I love Cleveland.
Ugh, Cleveland. It gets so cold. It's like a real
This is why we're never gonna win.
Greg, you'll be happy to know.
We don't have the stomach for it.
Greg, you'll be happy to know the oldest Western find of a piggy bank, or in the Wikipedia, a money box, dates from 2nd century BC, Greek colony Priene.
I could have told you that if you wanted.
Yeah, we all know that.
Well, I just wanted to.
They invented everything.
To say. But you know, hey, that's pretty cool.
Greg, do you have an eye on the chat? I wanted to hear if anybody sounded off what they were eating today before we.
Chat room. What were you eating? I was looking. Let's see if I can, because they've been really chatty today. Oh, someone said South African jerky.
Ooh,
okay.
Shit.
Let's see.
Sounds like biltong.
It's really one of the
only there we go.
people who have chimed in, except when we were talking about cheese, and they were, you know, Yeah, let's
Clamoring
just
for
ask
cheese.
again. Chat room, before we get out of here, what have you been coping with? What have you been coping mechanism eating?
Huh.
It takes them a second. There's a delay. Like I say something, it gets in the chat room almost a full minute later. So give them a second.
Oh, okay.
Well, you're talking about the chat room on the YouTube page, right?
Absolutely, I am, Paul.
Oh, okay.
So
Well,
that was
not
just
figure that out. How many devices do you have involved in this?
I just have my one device, which is my Pixel 9.
I just don't have enough room.
Yeah, well, you know, like they do every show, our show is live on YouTube, and then they being our lovely chat room people, chat in the YouTube chat. What I don't like about it is, I mean, to get a little insider baseball, is I wish the chat, like after the show is done airing live, the chat just disappears forever. And it's like, oh, that should be there so people can.
Oh, it's like my act. Oh, it's
wow,
like
that's the magic of the moment.
You know,
Maybe
so
we can
they talk
change a
about
setting.
it when we leave. It's like every party I've ever been to.
I'm like, I can't. I'm so glad they're gone. They just keep chatting after the show's over. That'd be horrible.
Oh my God, do I look like Silent Bob? Oh.
No.
By the way, James, you might be the only
You're
one to
dressed
get
like
this.
him right now, a little.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Okay, chat room.
Big blazer. Big blazer, beard. Big blazer, beard.
Hat.
You can't go big blazer,
Long hair.
beard, not hair, Bob.
If you know who Laura Loomer is, she won 39% of the vote in her Florida district.
That's
And
cool,
then-
but I like a literal Nazi one in North Carolina. Like,
Oh, really?
yeah.
Okay, so here's the chat room
Sorry.
coping food. Corey says he's eating beers. We've got Matt the fifth. I'm eating Chris Fairbanks beer. Dancing Colors says chocolate and cheese.
Nice.
Ooh,
Ween.
fun.
Danielle Martain, spoonfuls of peanut butter.
I hear that.
Jen Hicks is having pasta. Ryan Fay is eating pho. Brienne
Good choice, Ryan.
is having soup for the family. And Dancing Colors comes back with and bread with yummy butter.
Oh, there you go, Nick.
Oh, God, that's a good move. Bread and butter.
The
He's
wolf
still my
Mike-
heart.
Oh no.
Go there.
Soup. Let's see. Oh, Brienne, gluten-free lasagna for the husband and apple crisps for dessert.
Delicious.
Let's see.
That's tucking in right there. That's a good meal.
Tequila is coming for Dancing Colors. Jasmine Moser says too anxious to eat.
Oh.
Right.
That.
Get something down there, Jazz.
Yeah, there's still a few more days.
I mean, that's an active chat room.
They aren't going to announce it tonight. I hope they don't.
I hope they don't either. Where are we at?
Right now, it shows that the delegates are split 209 for Biden, 118 for Trump, with 211 sort of yet to be dispersed. Looks like Trump is still up, but not decided for Texas and Florida and Georgia, North Carolina, and Ohio, all things that are kind of very important for Biden to pick up one or two of those.
What about Pennsylvania?
It doesn't look like they have started announcing anything for Pennsylvania, but Biden looks like
that's one of the states that started counting mail-in ballots today.
Yes.
Today.
They made it as hard as possible.
Today.
Good stuff. Good democracy, everybody out there. Jeez Louise.
Yeah, that's great.
Well, shit.
The show over?
I think that is a great place to end the show on a very sad, somber.
This
show
was a
of
very
America.
special green Zoom. It sounded like.
I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, Maggie, I feel like you were involved.
Were you talking?
What was going on?
No. Oh, now?
Now you are.
Oh, can you hear me before?
No.
Intermittently, you were not audible. We did hear you a couple times.
Your
Definitely.
connection is rough a lot. Because I always want to hear you. Because you're the most interesting one of us.
But y'all heard what I said about this being a very special green Zoom, right?
Yeah.
I heard
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Okay, 'cause I feel like that was a pretty solid aside.
That was a great aside.
I
Okay,
just wanted it to
I just wanted to make sure that got on the podcast.
Oh, you have the best sides in all the sides.
That should be where we ended, actually.
That's the right time. Thanks for tuning in. You can stick around if you want to. No, don't stick around. There's no way to stick around. We're gonna keep recording. We're gonna do some more stuff for the Patreon. So check out that if you're interested in a little more of us doing our thing. Thanks to everybody for tuning in with us and joining
Also,
into the chat.
don't forget to vote.
Yeah, send your second round of ballots tomorrow and make sure that they get counted.
Yeah, vote as many times as you can.
And vote angry.
Oh man, I would love to sign this off with like a positive goodbye, but it's gut wrenching. It's a cliffhanger. 209, 118. We're still holding strong, but Biden's got 209 delegates, needing 270 to clinch it.
Oh, guys, this just Roe v. Wade just lost. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh God.
Sorry.
What's Nate Silver's raw and nerdy ass saying right now?
I don't know. I muted him. I blocked it. I didn't
it.
turn that one off a couple years ago.
Smart man.
Who?
Nate Silver.
Either way, Jackie Lacey, I think she's going down tonight. I think Nithya is going to win. I know we all think presidential, but there's been a lot of good DA races where a lot of lefties have won.
Good.
Where we have to focus.
Yeah.
Focus where we live.
Wow, I was not expecting the positive send off from James Fritz. James, you came full.
Presidential. If you look to presidential politics for your joy, you'll never have it.
Abandon all hope.
Yeah, we don't elect. There's never been a good president.
I like to say
that you don't get there by being good.
I don't know, man. I'm a real Taft head.
He did make it a law that all bathtubs be giant and have those little claws for feet.
Yeah, he had mostly bathtub laws.
Don't forget to vote tomorrow, everybody.
Thanks for joining us. We'll
check out Joe Rogan podcast on Spotify. He needs your help. He's doing some good work.
I want to keep telling people to vote for months and months.
I know.
It's my favorite joke.
Don't forget Thursday. Get out there and vote. Okay.
Just like Trump said, don't forget.
Make your voice heard.
November.
If you're a Republican in one of these swing states like Arkansas or North Dakota, don't forget to get out there and vote on the 15th of December.
I don't like to say vote. I like hey, tomorrow start making a plan to vote.
Get your pod together. Start making a plan to vote. We're going to need people at these voting booths on the 25th of December because these lib cuckers are going to try to take our Santa Claus.
And never forget that most of the people who are directly affected by everything had to work all day and probably didn't even get a chance to vote. Because we did
Absolutely right. The people to blame are the weak and the poor and the vulnerable. They're the reason that
no.
So is it maybe a silver lining that everyone's unemployed right now? Huh? Everyone's got free time to vote?
Exactly.
Oh, there's essential workers still getting COVID, baby.
Yeah.
I had to go up into a COVID building today to deliver weed because they paid extra for it. I didn't see that money, but whatever. Hollywood, keep on going. Nah, it's fine.
Yeah, at Dodger Stadium, you can vote and get a COVID test in the same line. I thought that was kind of convenient.
I love
That's awesome.
What about a hot
given to you by the team who has COVID?
Justin Turner's nowhere near the building.
No, Justin Turner did my test.
He got it during the last game, right? It was like the 6th
Tested
inning,
positive during, yeah.
and then they like took him off. Oh, that's
yeah, but then they ran on the field and celebrated with no mask.
Bye, everybody.
This is a smart country, and we're doing fine.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week.
Bernie,
No matter what happens.
Don't forget to share our
I believe
podcast
we hadn't
with
signed off.
America.
I thought we signed off like 10 minutes ago.
We have a long sign off.
We walk him out the